Supply chains in the United States are in a state of constant flux. It seems as if a new disruption occurs almost every day, making it increasingly difficult to find a solution to the current crisis, which is affecting grocery stores across North America and much of the rest of the world, as conditions at ports worsen, resulting in massive piles of containers that are spilling onto city streets and crushing cars and causing accidents. Goods worth several $100,000 have been left stranded and out of reach. As a result of delays in shipping, some stores will not be receiving the products they ordered for nearly 1 month, which is making consumers extremely anxious and causing shortages across the country. However, industry experts believe this is going to be an ongoing problem for some time, and that store owners will have to find creative ways of coping with shrinking inventories and empty shelves. As a result of recent revelations, grocery shop owners are utilizing old-school tactics of the trade, or even devising new ones in order to conceal empty spaces on their shelves, such as arranging products in unusual locations throughout the store. Consumers have reportedly shared images on social media of enormous beer boxes piling up in aisles normally reserved for pre-made meals, boxes of chocolate filling next to fresh fish and veggies, and refrigerated displays packed with shelf-stable products like sauces and salad dressings. Our delivery have been disrupted by some patchy issues, which is why grocery stores are trying all kinds of strange ways to make sure customers don't find bare shelves when they enter their stores. Our teams are always striving to ensure that our stores look their best, and sometimes managers come up with creative ways to ensure that shelves are stocked. As a result of the supply and demand imbalance, food is becoming increasingly expensive, with nearly 20% of consumers reporting that they were unable to purchase basic food items last month because they had been out of stock for more than 2 weeks. However, food retailers claim that they are doing everything in their power to maintain inventory levels, and that they are trying. Consumers have noticed and are finding it problematic because it is happening so frequently. According to founder and CEO Catherine Shuttleworth, some have taken desperate measures like filling an entire aisle with items that would normally only take up a small space on a shelf. Others have hidden the gaps by using empty product packaging, sandwich boxes, or even cardboard dummies. Shuttleworth believes that putting cardboard in rather than restructuring the store's aisles or shifting product to cover the empty space saves time and money for supermarkets, many of which are struggling to hire and retain workers. Meanwhile, customers have taken to social media to point out that in some locations, the endless rows of signs make stores look like they're in a post-apocalyptic scenario. Many additional users were drawn in by the message and began posting about what they were seeing in their local stores and their most recent shopping trips. One person noticed cardboard carrots and captioned it sarcastically, "Yum yum." Another photo showed freezers full of fake milk carton, while people laugh about the situation online to ease the stress and make the situation easier to deal with. News statistics show that consumers are actually becoming increasingly concerned. According to the latest U.S. grocery shopper trends tracked by the Food Industry Association, more than half of consumers surveyed, or nearly 53%, are concerned about extensive shortages and rising prices. At this point, even big supermarket brands that have their own shipping systems are not escaping from product shortages. More than 70 product categories have been added to Krogerco's safety stock in order to accommodate the additional inventory, as well as to spread out the ports it uses for imports. Furthermore, Walmart has acknowledged that it has rerouted ships to less congested ports, while also adding 20,000 supply chain personnel and automating warehouse operations whenever possible. It's terrible to see that the vast majority of small grocery shops lack flexibility and continue to struggle to replace their stocks. I've worked in retail for more than a decade, and this is unlike anything I've seen or experienced. To avoid these big gaps, says General Manager Latalia McCarthy of the Dill Pickle Food Co-op in Chicago, we've made a huge effort to ensure we're not having these huge gaps, she says. Tofu, typically found in the Asian section of the store, and shelf-stable or ambient products like oat and soy milk are among the items that Dill Pickle has been stocking its freezers with. McGrath stated that if we find holes, we'll add 3 or 4 spots to our top sellers instead of just 2. But addressing the problem doesn't always cure it. Noted Weavers Way Cooperative Association General Manager John Rosat in Philadelphia said that while the practice may appear odd at first, the cooperative isn't concerned about leaving gaps in its aisles. He added that signs are used to indicate when a product is out of stock, and employees are briefed on possible replacements. Those who ignored the warnings of economists over the past few months will likely regret their decision now, as food and other supplies are becoming more scarce with each passing week. But this crisis is far from over, as another ravaging winter threatens to exacerbate congestion at ports and lead to further disruptions in food supply.